guys, this video is all about you. Okay, it's about the letter U, but we're gonna check out some art, activity, sensory center ideas for the letter U that you can use in your classroom. So here we go. All right, let's talk the letter U. Starting with art. The first idea I'm going to share with you is to create a picture where a car can go uphill. Now for this, I used Canva to create my pictures, both for my car and for my worksheet. And then I just used a popsicle stick to glue my car on, cut out my track, and then the kids can move the car up the little track. Next is an up picture. So for this picture, all you have to do is get a sheet of paper. You could write on it, and then you'll have your children glue the arrows on the paper in the up direction. So this is really good for them to practice different directions. And so they may initially want to glue those arrows just on the paper anywhere, but you really have to show them how to make sure that they are pointing up. Next, for a U picture, you can use utensils, umbrellas, and again, those up arrows that you were using for your other picture. And glue those on a sheet of paper with the letter U and practice the sound of the letter U as you do it. For activities, I have a few ideas. The first one is umbrella sorting. So you can get those little tiny umbrellas, and then you can either get some styrofoam, or I had this sponge that worked really well to hold the umbrellas, and then you can have them sort the umbrellas by color. Because my sponge had color to it, I sorted the umbrellas based on what color the sponge was. That's the umbrellas that would go in the sponge. But you could just have several different pieces of styrofoam and have the children separate the umbrellas based on color. The next idea is using the word under. So what you're going to do is you're going to print out a road on a sheet of paper. Again, I used Canva. Take some rectangular strips of paper, bend the ends, and put glue on those bent ends. Then you can use that rectangular sheet of paper to make a bridge that the cars can go under. I would put several bridges on a sheet of paper so the kids could drive their car underneath those bridges. Now, if the kids are able to, I would let them put their own bridges on their paper. But if they're a little bit younger, you could definitely help them with that. And then lastly, an under the table drawing. What you're going to do is you're going to have a sheet of paper and you're going to tape it underneath a table. The children will have to lay on their backs to draw a picture on the paper that is taped underneath the table. This not only gives you an art project, but it also helps the children with their gross and fine motor skills. All right, let's move on to sensory. For your sensory center for the letter U, you could put underwater animals in a water tub. Fill your tub with water and get fish, sharks, anything that could live in the ocean, and put them in your water tub for them to play with. Of course, cups, scoops, things like that are also helpful for a center like this. Next is to create a utensil bin. Now for this bin, you can use any base you want. I had some rice, and so I put rice in my bin, and then I would put spoons, knives, forks if you have them, and let the kids use the utensils to just play in the sensory bin. And again, cups are really good to throw in here so that the kids can use the utensils to move the different things around. And then lastly, what you want to do is put something that the kids can undo in your sensory bin. So what I did was I made knots with some string, and the important thing here is you want to make sure that the knots are not tied too tightly, because the kids may not be able to untie them. But make some loose knots and some string or some yarn, put them in the sensory bin, and tell the children to untie all of the knots. This is a great way for them to practice fine motor skills. And of course, some of the knots might get tied tighter and you might have to put new string in there, but it's still a great way for them to practice. And for snack, I actually have one suggestion, and it is an upside down cake. As long as there are no allergies in your classroom, this is a fun snack for them to have for the letter U. And then serve them with utensils for them to eat with. All right, guys, let me know in the comments what suggestions you have for the letter U. And if you want to see all the letter videos that I have posted so far, check out this playlist. And if you want some suggestions on how to pull together a substitute folder for your classroom, check out this video here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.